All right, it's John Turk here. First off, I want to say thank you for purchasing the program. I really believe you're going to enjoy it. It's very structured, it's very detailed, it's not a typical canned workout. So whatever body type you're choosing, this is very specific to that body type. What's also good is I'll have some places I'm going to take you to on my website that'll give you a really good understanding of diet, which is vitally important whenever you're exercising. There's also going to be some good tips I'll lead you to as far as working out and things you should do that'll help enhance your progress. What I'm going to do basically with this is I'm going to explain the format, how the sheet is laid out, and that way you can move from exercise to exercise and routine to routine with no problems or questions. It's really important that you watch this because it's a very detailed program. It's not a typical canned workout, and this will be really beneficial for you in understanding how I've went about doing things. All right, we'll see you in a few. Okay, one of the things I do want to explain to you guys right off the bat is if you notice when you're watching it, you're going to see in the bottom that the record buttons are down here and they're in the way. What you want to do is just take your cursor off the screen, off the sheet, and that'll disappear. Someone had asked me that before, and it's if you don't know how to get that to vanish from your screen, just take your cursor and move it straight off. Now, the first thing at the top here you're going to see is my website. What I would do is click on that, and it's going to bring you to my nutrition page. Now, you guys, just keep in mind, nutrition is really important when you're exercising because it goes hand in hand with your workouts. And, you know, look at it this way. Exercise is king and diet's queen, and together they make a kingdom. So it's really, really ultra important that you have good nutrition along with your workouts. And this is my nutrition tips page. If you read this, you're going to get a lot of good information on how to eat. And just scroll all the way down and read that. Up here is a calculator. This is pretty cool as well. You just put in your stats in here, your height, weight, your age, and then your activity level. And then it's going to calculate your maintenance calories for the day. Now realize this is a rough guideline. It's not right on. You might be a little more, you might be a little less, but it'll kind of give you an idea of where to start. If I'm going to lose weight and I want to get in better shape, I eat 5% less calories than what it says here. If I want to put muscle on, I'll eat 5% more than what it says here. And if you scroll down here, you see they get a breakdown here of your calories, healthy, endurance, and then resistance lifting weights. It kind of gives you an idea how much you need to eat of each macronutrient. All righty, let's also go up here. I do write personalized programs. You click on what to expect, and that'll tell you what my personalized program is all about and what you need to do. There'll be some paperwork to fill out, but it's all helps you get you dialed into the right meal plan for you. Now, calculators is another good page. People like this 1 rep max bench press a lot, and you can use it for other exercises as well. I use it for shoulders. But basically what you do, you click on that, it takes you to the 1 rep max, you put in your weight, how many times you can do it, whether, you know, if you're benching, it's 225 for 8 reps, you put in 225, and then you put 8 reps in there, and then it's going to tell you roughly your 1 rep max is about 280. All right, so it's a real cool little tool. If you look here, we got it for your BMI, your waist to hip ratio, and estimating your body fat as well. Video library is cool. It's got some stuff in there. Blog is excellent. It's not only on exercise, but it's also on nutrition, general health, and corrective exercise. Supplements too. Contact page if you need to get a hold of me. All right, let's get started. So this is the template. Now, you might not see your exact workout here. It's just a format I'm going to explain to you, so when you see certain things, you'll know what I mean by it and how to read it. And up here, if you see, we got all your sets and reps. We've got your rest. And then one thing people always ask about is this reps to failure. Now, a lot of people, when they start a program, they just jump in there and they really just go all out on every single set. And it's not a good idea. The reason being is you can overtrain very easily when you do that. And remember, keep in mind, it's better to undertrain than overtrain, because when you overtrain, you get negative progress. When you undertrain, you either get 0 or very little. So it's much better to undertrain than it is to overtrain. Other things that could happen if you overtrain is you can get sore joints, lack of sleep, your appetite won't be good. So there's a lot of bad effects when you overtrain. So what I did with this plus number here, this is how many reps you could probably do after the designated amount I have up here. So if I have 20 reps, the weight you're going to use, you could probably do 22 times. So you're going to stop at 20, but you're about 1 or 2 left in the tank. And here you're going closer to failure, obviously, because it's +1, but I don't want you going to failure. And then this routine obviously doesn't have a 5th set. All right, so all your movements are going to be grouped over here, and everything in blue is a clickable link. So if you don't understand something, just click on it, and then it'll take you to a YouTube video, and a real short one will explain it to you. But for example, here I have supersets. These are all supersets. It means you're doing all these exercises that have a one after the other with no rest. That's set 1 you'll do for 10 reps, then you'll rest 30 seconds. Then you do them all over again for 20 reps, rest 30 seconds, and so forth. And then once you get all 4 sets done on this part, you go to the second part, and then you do those. Now, keep in mind here, there's this thing here, these abbreviations I have, and you'll see on the first page when you open up this document, you'll see an abbreviations page on the welcome page, and you'll see, what BB means, like barbell. This is kettlebell, dumbbell, and if you see something with a parentheses like this around it, that means it's a unilateral movement. In other words, you can do it with 1 leg or 2 legs. And if I have the UL in parentheses, that means I want you doing the 1 leg. Okay? And then here, these reps, 15, they override what's up here. So generally for abs, I like to do 15 or 20 reps. And these are going to always be a +1 when you're doing your abs. If you get to the last set, you can go to all-out failure if you want. All right, so let's scroll down to another page here. I can explain something else if you see it. Now, if you see this, each side, this is another thing you want to keep in mind is we have a cross leg crunch. You got a left side and a right side. So this is going to override anything up here, and you're going to do 15 on each side. All right, let's go to the next page here. This one's time. So you might see something here that says time. It overrides your reps. So you're doing a farmer's walk. You're doing it 1 arm at a time because I have unilateral. And you're going to do 45 seconds. You're going to walk with 1 dumbbell in your hand for 45 seconds. All the time is usually a +1 as well. You don't go quite to failure, just short of it. You don't want to drop that dumbbell on your foot either. All right, so let's go to the next page here. That's something you need to explain here. Now up here we have reps. We have time instead. What this means is your first set, you're doing 10 seconds of each one of these supersetted all in a row with no rest. Then you're going to wait 30 seconds when you get all this done, and you're going to go on to your next set, which will be 20 seconds holding each one of these, all in a row with no rest. Then you'll wait 2 minutes, etc. Go to this one here, 30 seconds for each one, wait 2 minutes, and then you do your last set, 40 seconds for each one, and then you wait 2 minutes, you do 60, and then you're done after that, all right? So it's a pretty rough road with that movement. Now, this is the cardio section I want to explain to you. It's pretty descriptive as well. So there's a type I want you to do, how long I want you to do it, and then I want your heart rate to be a certain way. So right here, this SS means steady state cardio. If you want to figure out what that is, you just click on it. It's, again, a video will take you to YouTube and explain it to you. This is high intensity interval training, 40 seconds on, 20 off. That'll be explained in the video. So here we're doing steady state cardio on the stepper for 20 minutes in zone 3 is the heart rate. So if we click on this, we're going to go to zone 3, and it's finding your training heart rate and how we can get to zone 3. So this will explain what you need to do when you're filling this information in here, but I'll do a quick brief example. I'm 57 years old, and my resting heart rate is 65. My max heart rate is 220 minus my age, so that's 163. And then I'm a male, so I click on male. It's going to default to female right away, and then you click calculate. Now there's my heart rates for these specific zones that I have listed. This is zone 3. It's 133 to 143 is where my heart rate needs to be when I'm doing that cardio movement for that amount of time. Now, if you click out of this page, realize that it's not going to default these numbers right in there. You're going to have to re-enter all these numbers over here to get back to what you were. So if you want to try and remember those, that'll be what you want to do instead of entering your information in there every time. Now, this is pretty cool up here. If you see this blue area here, this is a clickable link too. So you just click on that, and what this is going to do is explain to you how we're going to up the intensity on that last set. So you're not only going to failure, but you're doing what's called a post-static hold. If you click the video, that explains it to you, but what you're doing is your 6 reps, and then at the last one, you're going to hold it for as long as you can in the mid-range, which the video will explain to you. Now, another one might be 6 reps performed with a slower pace up and down. So just click on this and listen to the video before you do your last set, and then you're done. Okay, this next section is another form of the sheet. You might not have this, but I'm just going to explain it. Now, up here you have 15 each side, and then whenever you have a blank spot, you're always referring to these reps up here. And obviously each side means these movements that I have nothing listed in here, walking toe touch kicks. That means you're going to be using a left foot, a right foot, etc. on a cross. Now this one here is running in place. You're going to be doing it for 20 seconds instead of 15 each side. Like this is a goblet squat. You're doing 15 total because it's a squat. You're using both legs. So you kind of get the idea here. It's a 30-second rest, and then you'll go into a walk, run, cardio. So that's this sheet. Okay, this is a new sheet, and you might have this, you might not. This is your cardio day, and I've broken it out to where you're going to start off in different sections here. So the first one, always read down the page whenever you're doing the workouts. So we're going to start off with a walk, and it's going to be for 15 minutes in zone 1, so it's pretty easy, and a steady state cardio. So in other words, you're really not trying to go up or down with your heart rate, just staying all steady. Then you're going to go into these movements here, one after the other with no rest, all right? That's what this SS1 means, supersetting them. And each movement you're going to do for 1 minute. So you're going to be doing side runs and jumping jacks with dumbbells, etc. And you're going to be in zone 3, so you're getting up there pretty good. And then when you're finished, you're going to go right into a walk again. But it's going to say see below because I don't want you to walk just the regular way. So we go down to the cardio here. You're going to do a side run on the right side. So your right side's running sideways, not running, but you're doing like a side shuffle. And then you're going to do that for 30 seconds. And then you're going to walk for 30 seconds. And then you're going to do a side run on the left side for 30 seconds. And then you're going to repeat it all over again. You're going to do that for 10 minutes in zone 2. Okay, this next sheet or page is a little more confusing than other ones. So I just want to take some time to run you through this guy here. So one of the things you want to keep in mind, if you see something all garbled like this, you're like, what the heck does that mean? Just realize that whenever you have a blank space, it's always referring to these reps up here in these sets, all right? Now, when you have a number in here, it's going to be, that's the number you're going to use. Now, obviously, this means 15 each side, and this is a movement that requires a left leg and a right leg, so you're doing 15 each side, and that's what you're doing for each one of these, set 1, set 2, and then plus 10 or plus 1 refers to what I mentioned earlier about stopping 10 reps before you fail. Now, these are close grip push-ups. A lot of you can't put weight on your back or anything like that. So what I'm saying here is you want to bring it close to failure on the remaining sets after that first warm-up. So you're not going all the way to failure. You got about 1 left in the tank. That's what that means when I say plus 1. It means you can't add, it's usually a movement that has no weights on it. Like a dive bomber push-up, you're going to be doing the same thing. And also up here with the stationary crawl. Okay, that brings us to the end here. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the things you might be interested in doing or getting. One of them is a heart rate monitor. I think it's a really good idea, obviously, because I'm asking you to take your heart rate during a lot of the cardio movements and the high-intensity interval movements. So that would be a real good idea. They got ones for your wrist now. You don't have to wear it around your chest, so you can get those at any one of the sporting goods stores like Dick's or things like that. This page here, you can see getting started. I mentioned it earlier. You can find all the abbreviations for things. When you have on the sheet that you don't understand, just look on it right here and it'll explain it to you. There's another link to this actual video here. And then there's my email if you need to get a hold of me. If you want to buy another program, just go to the shopping page. You can, move on to the next level up, or, get one for someone else if you're interested. I also have an Instagram handle. It's #SubZeroUnmasked. I also have a YouTube channel. You can check that out for free workouts and things like that. It's youtube.com/TheFearlessFitness. And I also have a blog. You can go on my website and check that out. A lot of good info there. And you can also download Adobe, and I'll put a link inside this video where you can go click on it and download it for your phone if you want to look at your workout when you're on your phone and things like that. All right, thanks again. And just keep this in mind. The only bad workout is the one that didn't happen. All right, thanks. Bye.